Hey, this is Steve Castle, and I'm sitting here with three-time Olympic champion Rowdy Gaines, and it's a pleasure to have you here with us tonight.
Thank you, Steve.
And you know, Rowdy, you've been around so many successful business people and so many athletes, and I know you speak to corporate groups and you do a lot of consulting, and you're also doing a lot of work with network marketing companies like the Limu company, and you know. One of the topics that we talk about in these videos is the role that passion plays in the success of a business person. And obviously you overcame a lot of obstacles with the cancellation of the Olympics back in 1980. And obviously passion carried you a long way to get where you got. And you've seen it in the lives of others. Maybe you could just take a moment and tell us a little bit about how you've seen passion play a role in the success of people.
Well, you know, Steve, it's funny because one of the biggest questions I always get asked is the fact that what made me so fast? How do you become an Olympian?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of answers. I mean, it's not just one answer, but the biggest, if there was one single answer that I could give, it would be passion. I think a lot of the reasons why I was successful is the fact that I love swimming. I loved what I did on every single day.
Came from the heart.
It did come from the heart. Now, did I love it every single second? Absolutely not. There were many times where I hated swimming.
Sure.
But I think the key word with passion is consistency. It's not something that, you know, we're not perfect. And I was never perfect by any stretch of the imagination when I was swimming. But along the way, I learned to live my life in a consistent manner as far as the passion goes. Because my belief is, I don't think you're going to be any good at anything you desire to be good in, that has value, unless you love it. Yeah, you have to have passion if you're going to be successful. It's just that simple. I think it was true in my swimming career. It's true in being a husband. It's true in being a father. It's true in being in business. Anything I think in life that has value, there has to be a certain amount of passion, and it has to be consistent. And for me, it came pretty easy because I love swimming.
Yeah,
I love the sport.
Well, and I would assume that passion really is the thing that takes you over the hard parts, right? The parts where you're down and discouraged. The passion brings it back.
There's no question about that, Steve. That's a very good point. And I think that's another thing where I kind of talk about sometimes is the word dedication. And when you talk about dedication, it gets to your point, is the fact that I think all of our lives are full of a roller coaster ride.
Sure.
It's through these peaks and valleys, you know. And the champions I have found, at least the ones that I've kind of associated myself with throughout my life, especially in swimming and the Olympians and Olympic gold medalists, are the ones that can live through the good times, which is a piece of cake.
Right.
But it's the ones that can kind of live through those valleys and live through the tough times. And we all go through that.
Yeah.
You know, we all go through it. I tell kids that, I tell adults that, I tell grandparents that we have this roller coaster ride through life, and the ones that can live through the tough times usually are the ones that can reach the peaks much easier.
Well, it's great to get your perspective on it, because I know it's so key. It's so key in business and just to be successful at anything you do. It's got to come from the heart.
Yeah, you're right, Steve.
So I really appreciate you taking a few moments with us. I know you're busy, and he's about ready to go on stage, so we're going to let him go. But Rowdy, thanks very much. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
And again, this is Steve Castle with world-class Olympic gold medalist Rowdy Gaines. So till next time, we'll check in later.